Hi, everybody. This is Beth McCullough. I'm a Stampin' Up Demonstrator in Des Moines, Iowa. And I do live videos every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Central with my sweet husband, Steve.
Hi, everybody.
I have a really fun card for you tonight. This is called the Impossible card. So it actually looks like this when it's flat. The recipient has to open it. This flips up. It's a very cool card. And guess what? It's not impossible. It's actually pretty easy. I have a template here that will be on my blog next Monday. And also a sheet on how you cut the DSP. So you can cut the DSP so the layer turns out perfectly. And I hope you'll stick around and see the video. We do have a few things to chat about tonight. We've had the busiest 5 days of our lives, haven't we, Steve?
But it's been a fun 5 days.
And I see Bev and Chris and Shirley and Jean are all on. Jean says she's freezing in North Dakota.
Yeah, Jean, we're pretty cold here tonight,
It's snowing and icing a little bit. Steve, I meet with my team at 5:30 on Zoom. And Steve called me at 5:20 and he was like, hey, funny story. And whenever you hear funny story from my husband or my kids, you know it involves going to rescue them somehow. So I'm making it sound more dramatic, but his car was stopped at Aldi's. So
the battery died. It did this thing where it didn't actually turn off like it was supposed to, and it drained the battery in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, and it did that last week. He had no problems with the car until I drove it last week. It did it, and we thought, oh, I did something wrong, but it did it to him tonight.
So
am I redeemed? Now. Yes.
Vindication. She's actually happy that my car broke down tonight and she wasn't even mad about coming to save me because at least she was vindicated.
Yes, I felt bad when I ruined his car last week. So when he ruined it himself, it was better somehow. But
so Kathy and Bridget and Elizabeth, Aurelia and Tony have all joined. And Aurelia, how warm is it in Florida right now? Because we are freezing up here.
We're jealous, very jealous. So, Kathy says, no, Jean, it's stinking freezing here. Yeah, hey, Tony, thank you for sharing. Anyone who's willing to share this video, we super appreciate it. Also, if you don't mind watching it on YouTube instead of Facebook, that's always good. In fact, last week we did not do Prize Patrol during the video. We will today, though. So put hashtag Prize Patrol in the comments and you'll be entered. No spaces. It doesn't matter if it's capital or small letters. But I picked from a comment randomly picked on YouTube, and there were only 6 comments.
Oh, I forgot. Beth is in Florida as well, and she already informed me that it's 71 degrees.
And there's not a hurricane in sight, right, Bev? That is a good thing. So, Kathy, don't put a space between prize and patrol. It's hashtag Prize Patrol with no spaces. Yeah. Linda Lace is on. I'm glad to see you, Linda. We missed you at the team meeting. So anyway, the winner from last week's video was Kathy Aust, A-U-S-T, and I believe she is in Minneapolis. So, wow, it's raining in Wisconsin, and Linda lives about 5 hours north of me, and it's snowing down here. That's kind of crazy, isn't it?
You never know what you're going to get in the Midwest.
Yes. So I'd like to tell you a little about our son's wedding, if you don't mind. But before we do that, when I make the card tonight, see how I use the big Best Butterflies DSP on this? After I made it, you can always improve it, right? And maybe a smaller print would have been better. So I'd like you guys to vote on which print we do on this one. Here's print number 1. It's a flower print. Print number 2 is bold butterflies, but they're a little smaller than on that one. And number 3 is butterflies and flowers. So please vote in the comments 3, 2, or 1. And that's the print that I'll use on the card I'm going to make tonight. So it was a wild weekend. Wednesday was pie making day, turkey making day, mashed potatoes day.
But our daughter-in-law, Amy, came up big helping cook.
Yes, she did. She made corn casserole. She made a wonderful mashed potatoes that has bacon, sour cream, cream cheese.
Nothing not to like,
Yeah.
basically.
So my turkey was dry again.
You know,
I am a turkey maker failure. I tried really hard.
But you know what? We've come up with a solution to that. We're not going to make turkey anymore.
Yeah.
Everybody loved the ham.
We have great ham, Bell's Mills ham. But the turkey, we made a proclamation. I think we were a little stressed from the wedding week. The proclamation was no more turkey or mashed potatoes or gravy to be made in this house by us ever again.
If anybody else wants to come and bring them,
come to our house. You can make mashed potatoes.
If that's what you'd like for Thanksgiving, go ahead and bring it with you.
But not us. We're out. But we love making ham and corn casserole and strawberry pretzel salad and
all the good stuff.
All the things.
Homemade pies. Best pies were wonderful.
I made the best pecan pie because Amy told me her mom's secret ingredient. And today, some of my Bible study fellowship gals got some of the pie.
57 proof, by the way.
A fourth of a cup of bourbon in the pecan pie. The alcohol burns off. It was amazing. So thank you, Debbie, in Texas, in College Station, for the tip. Actually, Amy gave it to me, but sorry, I've told your secret recipe. I hope that's okay. But it was the best pie. But I made coconut cream and pecan and apple, warm apple pie with ice cream. What did you make? We probably talked about that last week, but what was your favorite thing from Thanksgiving? I would say mine was the pecan pie.
I just had leftover ham and loved it.
Yeah.
I am not disappointed. We got a massive 18-pound double bone-in ham.
Yeah. I want scrambled eggs and ham. That would be good. Okay. What is...
Kathy likes coconut cream.
It looks like 2 is out. And do we have more votes for 1 or 3?
I saw lots of number 1s.
Yeah, I think it's number 1. So this is the DSP that we'll use tonight. Hey, guess what was in? I was in my team meeting and all my gals had their catalogs and I was moaning that I didn't have mine. Steve ran out to the mailbox and there it was.
Sure enough.
Yes, I felt like the clouds parted and the angels were singing. And I had a hard time focusing.
I have to tell you, I've never seen her get happy so quickly.
I try to stay stably
happy. It
happy.
wasn't that you were unhappy, but it was suddenly a ray of sunshine had come through the window.
Okay, Kathy, you come over and we'll have coconut cream pie together. And Bev, anytime you want to stay here instead of going to Florida, you zip up to Des Moines and you can make us a turkey and we'll make you everything else. So that would be good. But anyway, of course, we can't open these. But for those of you that are demos, December 1st, oh my goodness, there's new clearance items December 1st. Demos can order out of this catalog December 1st. Customers have to wait till January 5th. So if you're not a demo yet, you want to be on my team, okay? We meet every week. I should show you the twisted ribbon fun fold card we made tonight. Super fun. But anyway, it's great to be a demo. You get a discount. You have friends to stamp with. It is a great deal. Celebration is January 5th through February 28th. There's lots of fun things. So I will be ordering. Does anyone who's on in a demo know what time we can order on December 1st? Because I'm doing product shares. Can you put up the screen for product shares,
Sure.
Steve? And I'm sorry that I don't have the pricing, but we're doing the pricing tomorrow. I usually am one of the cheapest ones. I don't make any money off of it, but I love doing the shares and I do it because it helps my sales and I hope it helps you as well. So my share pricing will be out by tomorrow night and I will order early December 1st, as soon as we can. So what do you think, Steve? I know some of you on here order shares from me, and I appreciate that very much. Bridget always gets shares.
I'd say we've gotten better and better about putting shares together.
And Linda Lace does too. Yeah. Yeah, there is definitely a process. Okay, Is there anything else on there, or should we start this?
I think we should start this. Let's make a card. I want to see you make the impossible card.
Yeah, I went in the other room, and I guess we didn't even talk about the wedding. So
I'll do that while you start.
We talked about Thanksgiving. We went to Davenport on Friday. We had the wedding and the reception Saturday. Guess how many people were here at the open house on Sunday? 100 people at my house. That was quite a thing. And then Monday, we're like, we're done. We can rest. And Ryan called and said, hey, I need help moving and cleaning my apartment.
Because my lease ends today.
Today. And they left for their honeymoon last night. So we were over there till 5 o'clock. And now we're tired. So I went in and said, we're making the impossible card. And he's like, why would you make the impossible card?
Why today?
When you've been so busy.
And so tired.
So tired. Okay. So the DSP for this is 3 1/4 wide and 4 inches long. And you want to make it so it's up and down this way. So it's 3 1/4 with your design going normally up and down, right? So 3 1/4 and then 4 up and down. Okay. And I am going to go ahead.
Okay. What was that measurement?
3 1/4 by 4. And see if my template here, I just did it on the back of the impossible card so I wouldn't lose it. So I made this card a couple years ago, and how nice. I could just get into my file when I decided that's what I wanted. Here's the card base. Here's the DSP. So these lines mean nothing's there. This is the part of the DSP. Okay.
And have you talked about the card base yet?
No, I'll start with the card base. So for this card base, what color did I use? I used Fresh Freesia. I was going to call it Orchid Oasis. How far back is that, you guys?
Are you dating yourself?
I am. I am totally dating myself. Oh, Kathy says she likes getting shares too. And I totally appreciate that. Okay, here's my card base. And the first thing you're going to do is put the short end at the top. And this is a card, you need to watch the whole video. Please stick around. And I promise you, you will want to make this card. And we're going to score the whole thing at 2 1/8. And everything's centered around that. Then I'm going to turn the card the other way. So the long side is at the top. And I'm going to put this left edge at 2 3/4. And what this is doing is we're going to cut from the score line, which is 2 1/8. And it's easier for me to see if I've already scored it. And just cut all the way to the top. So you're really cutting down the center of the card. Is that on the camera? Can you see that, Steve?
Yep, we can.
Now I'm going to keep it the same direction and move the left edge to 1 inch. And now we're going to start at 2 1/8, which is easier to do when you don't have a camera in your face. And I'm going to go down to the bottom. And I do have some snips. I thought it was better to not go all the way than to go too far, but it needs to go all the way to the score line. But I can't see that because of the camera. So I'm just going to snip it the rest of the way up to that 2 1/8 score line. So here's how it was. I'm just going to flip it over the other way. And I'm going to put the left edge of the other side at 1 inch. And again, I'm going to start at the score line or thereabout and go all the way down. And then if I didn't get all the way up to the score line, so much easier to cut it there. So do you see that? There's a cut line down the center to the score line, and then 1 inch from each side from the score line down. Pretty easy, right? And then when we make the card, this piece comes forward, and then you take the left side and just flip it. That's all there is to it.
Oh, that's the secret.
It's the secret.
So it's actually not impossible. And the only impossible part is knowing to flip that side of the card that way.
Yes, except the DSP. I spent a lot of time trying to figure out how to cut this DSP so I had an equal layer all the way around. So this is like, it's like putting the bourbon in the pecan pie, honey. Okay. So this secret, it's a free secret tip. You're going to take your DSP. Again, this is 3 1/4 wide and 4 inches long. Do you want to switch to that screen, honey?
3 1/4 by 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So I am going to put the left edge with the short side at the top at 3/4 of an inch. And then you can see on here, I came down 2 inches. So I want to cut down 2 inches. So I'm just going to put my cutting blade at 2 inches. Again, just because it's hard to see under here. And I'm going to cut from here up to the top. Okay. So this is cut from 2 inches up to the top. And the left edge was at 3/4. Now I'm going to turn it. Let me think about this. Okay, so that is down 2 inches. So I'm putting this left edge of the long side at 2 inches. And I'm going to cut from 3/4 of an inch where I was. Again, it's hard to get my head under here. And I'm going to go all the way over to 2 1/2. If there's any questions, just leave it in the comments. Okay, now I'm going to stop there and I'm going to turn it back the way it was originally. And I'm going to put the left edge at 2 1/2. And then I'm going to put my cutting blade at 2 inches. By the way, most of you have been on here before, but if you're new, let me know you're new so I can welcome you. But I have a 1/4 inch yellow cardstock strip, and I put 3 mini glue dots and attached it inside the arm. I attached it in the middle and both ends, and that's what allows me to see over here how many inches, okay? So again, this left edge here is at 2 1/2. And then we're going to start with the cutting blade at 2 inches on this yellow ruler over here. And we're going to cut from here down to the bottom. Now, this is perfectly cut for the impossible card. Yay! The crowd went wild. Right, Steve?
Yes, I am thinking, though, that you may want to put your template out on your blog.
I will. Okay, so
because there's a lot of cutting measurements you just went through pretty quickly. So.
Right. And I suggest that you watch the video and stop it. But this is going to be my voting card for December. So it would be great if you would vote for me on Monday. It goes live 3 o'clock on Monday. And I will put a picture of the template. Actually, I'll put a picture of the template on my blog on Monday, and I'll also put a picture tomorrow in the comments. And remember, this is the Designer Series paper side, and this is how you cut the card base, okay? So the hard part's done now. Yay. So now what I'm going to do is take my piece. Look how much easier that is. Have any of you made the impossible card? It is super hard to cut this DSP if you do it any other way. Jan says, you make awesome. Your sister made pecan chocolate pie.
Yes, and she told the liquor store guy when she was buying the bourbon to put in that she was going to put in 2 1/2 cups.
Oh my goodness, I put in 1/4 of a cup.
Yeah, we would all get really happy eating that pie. And the liquor store guy thought so too. But she meant 2 1/2 tablespoons.
2 1/2 tablespoons. So maybe we put in more at 1/4 of a cup. I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to put the DSP and then just line it up so we have about the same amount. It does go right up against this part, but on the all the sides, there's about the same amount of border.
So this cardstock layer was 1 7/8 by 3 1/4. right?
Say that again.
1 7/8 by 3 1/4.
Okay, no, that is what this Calypso
Oh,
coral
I'm
layer
sorry.
is.
See, I gotta pay better attention, folks.
We haven't gotten to that yet.
I'm rushing her. We don't want to rush.
No. So Steve was the officiant for our son's wedding on Saturday. There were the bride, the groom, Steve, and then 13 people in the audience. And it was such a beautiful wedding. It was God-centered. It was amazing. And Steve, I think he's got a new job.
No, I don't think that's true.
I think people are going to want him to officiate their
the power
weddings.
of the Holy Spirit, I was able to do a decent job. So praise the Lord for that.
Okay, so Steve was talking about the layer. Here's the layer. It's 1 7/8 by 3 1/4. And then I ran that through with the gingham embossing folder. You can use whatever embossing folder you want. The same layer, 1 7/8 by 3 1/4, is what I used to put a white space on the back because I need to write a sweet note hidden back there, right? And then I did stamp it with the triangles from the Best Butterflies set. It has these triangles on there, and I put that on the envelope as well. I just thought those were super cute. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on. And, you know, I like everything on dimensionals, so I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals. Do you have anything you want to say about the wedding, Steve?
Well, it was beautiful. I can tell you that
the bride was beautiful.
Yeah, during the ceremony, as we were doing the vows, the bride started crying. And my son said, "Are you okay?" And she said, "I'm just so happy."
And then Steve started crying.
Well, because it was so touching. And, you know, it was actually the whole point. You know, my son and I had talked about it multiple times. And the whole point was for the bride to be really, really happy for so many reasons. For the ceremony to be a success, and for Ryan to feel like their wedding and marriage is going to be a success. And so it was actually a good thing. And then we had a dinner for all 16 people that attended at Centro in downtown Des Moines. We had a back room, and that was really fun.
Yeah.
The Keith, the father of the bride, started with a toast, and then everybody else started telling stories and making toasts, and it was a lot of fun.
It was fun. Our daughter did a beautiful story too, which was fun.
So I couldn't be prouder of her. She tends to get nervous. She did public speaking just so she could prove she could do it and to get over a fear of public speaking. And when she told this story, she was pausing at all the right points, and people were laughing, and she did a great job. I was really proud of her.
She called earlier, and I didn't catch the phone, but we need to chat with her. Tell her what a good job she did.
Yeah.
Okay, so these butterflies, this is the In Color glimmer paper, and I cut it out of the butterfly dies. I don't know if you can see up close. They're really sparkly. And I put 2 glue dots on the body. And that's how I'm going to attach it. I really like this glimmer paper. And of course it matches, it coordinates, everything Stampin' Up coordinates the ink to the paper, to the designer series paper. So I'm just attaching the body, and I'm leaving the wings going on.
The butterfly is free to fly.
Kathy's asking, is it better to watch on Facebook? Yeah, it's actually better to watch on YouTube. Elizabeth says exciting times. I know, who knew? The boys had no girlfriends 2 years ago, and now they're both married.
Two wonderful young ladies.
Yeah, we feel super blessed to have these gals
joining our family.
Yes. Now this is crushed curry. I embossed it in white. I don't know if you can see that. And I used 2 different stamp sets. On this one, the thank you is from the Go-To Greetings. And on this one, the thank you is celebrating you. So if you have either one of those, I used the stylish shape and cut it out with this banner die. I use that banner die all the time. I hope you have the stylish shapes.
Yeah, that is one of your go-tos.
And I'm just going to put 3 little mini dimensionals on the back. This is crushed curry. And if you are a beginner stamper, I can help you learn how to do all these things. For more experienced stampers, I hate to take the time to always show you that part. So, what do you think? We need to pick a prize patrol winner pretty soon. This is card number 1, the one I had made ahead of time with the bigger, bolder butterflies. Can you see that? And here is number 2. This is the design that you guys picked out.
Back a bit, make it easier to see it.
Yeah.
You
So
can
when
actually
it's
see the
sitting on
sparklies
your,
on the green one.
yeah, when it's sitting on your desk, it does sit up very nice. I am curious who's made this impossible card too. Yay, people are moving over to YouTube. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate you, and like sharing the video, leaving comments.
So people are doing a pretty good job of entering hashtag prize patrol in the comments. If you haven't done that already, please do it now so that you can be entered to win one of these cards.
Elizabeth said it's bright and cheery. I love making bright and happy, cheery cards. I just want my recipient to open it up and be thrilled and add a little happiness. Oh, you know, there's one part I forgot to do. These decorative dots, these are the in-color decorative dots. And I just sprinkled some around on here because these colors match. It's all the in colors that match this. I'm an accountant, so it's hard for me to not just
be symmetrical.
Be symmetrical. I'm trying not to be symmetrical. But sprinkle the dots on there, and there we have it. So here's card number 1 and card number 2. And I would probably put it like this. And then Tony Shaw has a cardstock piece that says, I put this cardstock in here so that your card would be protected. I would use that when I mailed it as well.
Hey, can I do one quick infomercial?
Sure.
Our wonderful daughter-in-law, Amy, makes cakes on Christmas Eve. It's an annual tradition, and she does it on Instagram.
And she does it all day long. She'll do a step. It's multi-step cake making and decorating. And so she'll start in the morning and do the process all day long. And if you'd like to watch her this year or catch any part of it, if you go on Instagram, she's Amy R. McCullough.
And I have to tell you, a couple people from our videos signed up, and she was so excited. She let us know. So if you have Instagram, if you would follow Amy, then it'll pop up on your Instagram, and she'll be on and off, I think, a dozen times on Christmas Eve. I know everyone's busy on Christmas Eve, but it's a nice distraction just to see it pop up. And she shows, you know, if she messes something up, she shows that too. So it's fun. Okay, so let's do prize patrol. And you're giving away one of these cards?
Yes, you can pick which card you want tonight. And again, Kathy Ost won the card from last week, so you just need to contact me with your address. So we have 19 people entered tonight, so a good chance to win. You can win our prize patrol once a month. So if you've already won in November, you won't qualify, but everyone else will.
Here we go.
Good luck. And thanks for joining us. We have fun seeing you every Tuesday night. Appreciate your support.
Sandra,
have you won in November? I can't remember. Hopefully not. But congratulations. I should keep everyone's address. I'll start doing that. But right now you will have to send me your snail mail again, because I go ahead and address the envelope. Actually, Sandra, I think you won last month. I think you won the whiskey card. I'll go back and look. So congratulations. I hope you all have a blessed week. Thank you for listening to our stories of Thanksgiving and our son's wedding. Do you have anything else, Steve?
Nope. Everybody stay warm out there.
Don't forget to order December 1st. I would love to put in an order for you.
At midnight Mountain Time, the pre-orders can go in.
Yes. So I am doing product shares again. And I give free tutorial bundles with every order that you place with me. So I would love to be your demonstrator if you don't already have one. And I hope you have a blessed week. And please come back next Tuesday and bring your crafty friends with you. Bye, everybody.
Bye.